As Halloween approaches, we're diving into the fun and the safety of the season. Today on City Chat. Joining us from the Columbus Police Department, Officers Bill Varney and Leonard Milner are here to share important reminders and safety tips for this year's Halloween. Thank you so much for coming on to City Chat today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Before we get started, can you guys tell us a little bit about your careers in like 10 seconds, if that's possible, and what your role is now for CPD?
Absolutely. I'm a community liaison for North Linden, or 2 Precinct for the Columbus Division of Police. My job is I am the middleman between the community and the police department and vice versa.
Okay, I'm Leonard Milner once again, and I also work for the Columbus Community Liaison Office, and our entire job, Bun, is to bridge a gap.
Yeah.
Even when we first came on, it was always bridging the gap between community and policing.
Yeah.
And that's what we do now.
You know, as we get into the Halloween spirit, what's the best costume you've ever worn, either as a kid or more recently?
I'm going to tell my age if I say this, but Evil Knievel's one.
Okay, that's awesome.
And then Mean Joe Green. I was a black and yellow Steeler fan as a kid.
Yeah.
That transitioned to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Amazing.
I won't hold that black and yellow against him as a Browns fan, but I will say as a kid, I did a lot of homemade costumes, so I wasn't very happy with those.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I like going to Halloween-themed parties.
Okay.
So my favorite one recently was we did Hollywood, or your favorite R&B hip-hop artist.
Yeah.
And instead of Pitbull, I was Pitbill, and I dressed up like Pitbull.
Okay,
And walked around with his music playing as I walked around. So
That's really, really
Funny
good.
video of that.
yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, for this year, what safety tips should families keep in mind as they're walking through different neighborhoods?
I would say personally, know the neighborhood that you're trick-or-treating in. There are many neighborhoods, know the dynamics of that neighborhood. Most importantly, look at your child's costume. Make sure the mask they can see. A lot of kids will put on a mask that is way too big or way too small.
Yeah.
That blocks their peripheral vision, and all they can see is straight ahead. And sometimes kids will wear costumes that are oversized or doesn't allow them to be mobile or use their mobility to get across the streets.
Yeah.
So that's very important to me, and you know, have something. If you're a parent walking with the children, make sure you have some kind of reflective vest or flashlight, because people, you know, sometimes drivers do not see the people crossing the street, because during trick or treat, a lot of kids will dart out in between cars versus going to a crosswalk.
Yeah, you know, it seems like it's a light topic, you know, but like what incidents like have occurred with like oversized costumes or, you know, traffic or weather, you know, affecting?
Okay. Well, most of the time we direct kids and parents to wear, again, costumes they can actually fit.
Yeah.
So it's important that they can actually fit the costumes and then make sure that they're reflective. Because, again, cars will go down the streets and kids will come across the street and no one sees them.
Yeah.
So our main thing, the other thing for us is to make sure that the kids, one, do not eat the candy. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's real important that the parents actually be able to look at and go through the process of checking that candy out.
Yeah, definitely. What should motorists, you know, as a driver, follow during trick-or-treat night?
I would just say be extra cautious.
Yeah.
Because again, it's going to be that dynamic of a kid darting out in between the cars. Most people are not used to kids running out in between cars. They're used to kids going to a crosswalk and crossing. But you know, it's trick or treat. Kids are excited. They see their friends across the street. They know of a house that has the good candy, and they want to get there as fast as they can. So they're probably not looking both ways. They're probably just running as fast as they can to get to where they need to be.
Yeah, we also suggest that the cars slow down. I mean, they should put on their headlights. Maybe their flashers should be on, just to teach other people that these kids are out here. Be cautious.
Yeah, definitely. What are some crime issues that that CPD monitors around Halloween during this time? And is it kind of stressful? Like, do we want to know, or?
No, I just think it's the same thing you would see in any neighborhood. I think it's just you get the kids who no longer trick or treat. They want the candy, so they see a child who may be smaller than them, and they will grab their bag. So usually we will get grab and goes, but typically, you know, the people who call in have a good description of what those people are wearing, so that's helpful. And we try to do our best to get as many officers in the neighborhoods where the trick-or-treating is happening.
Yeah.
Obviously that depends on calls of service and what's going on that evening, but they try to get more manpower for trick-or-treating.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah. So we also have situations that are kind of concerning, where the kids are either running out without anybody being aware of where they've gone.
Yeah.
So then they come to missing. We also have assault, like he was saying about assault situations where kids may have been hit or struck or knocked down just by other trick-or-treaters. So the whole thing is make sure parents, have a line of sight for the kids. Make sure the parents know, like Officer Varney said, know the environment, know routine.
Yeah.
Get that route structured.
Definitely. Just being kind of a newer mom, I like envision, you know, when everyone is outside in costumes and festive, it kind of triggers in your mind as a mom, like, oh, we're safe, we're all having fun. But then you like realize, you know, that the dangers are still there. You have cars, you have people, you know, affecting. So I'm glad that we're having this talk. You mentioned earlier something about, you know, weather affecting neighborhoods. Does weather have an impact on Halloween, and what can you say to that?
I think it does have an impact. Impact. Obviously, we see less kids when we have inclement weather.
Yeah.
Again, we live in Columbus, Ohio. You never know what the weather is going to be when it comes to trick-or-treating. It could be 60 degrees and sunny, or it can be 23 degrees and snowing. Just make sure your child dresses appropriately, because again, as a parent, I've seen many kids trick-or-treating with very thin costumes with nothing underneath it. And most kids, especially the little ones, they will let you know that they're tired and want to go home when they get wet and cold. It's just not going to be fun for them anymore. We want this to be an enjoyable experience, just like it was for us as kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said it all.
Yeah. Well, do either one of you have anything that you would like to add about your jobs or just in general about of Halloween in general?
No, I love Halloween because I do think it is very festive. I can remember as a kid Halloween parades, Halloween costumes. So I just think it brings out the child in everyone.
Yeah.
So I think everyone can enjoy it. And as a parent, I think you enjoy it a little bit more because you kind of see yourself through your child's costumes. I do think sometimes as parents, we kind of guide our children to costumes.
Yeah.
It's not really what they want to be, it's kind of what we wanted to be. So I think that's kind of a funny dynamic.
Yeah.
Well, looking at it again, it's a joyous time for the kids to be out. They're meeting new people. They have so many events that's lined up for them now, from school to churches to community. And our main thing is about community and family. So we want to make sure that while we're out there, while this season is ongoing, we make sure that we're able to bridge a gap, again, between policing, community, and making sure that we're becoming a nice village.
Yeah.
So that's our site.
And Officer Milner, I see that you have a blue bag here. Can we take a little peek with
Yes.
what you've got in
This
there?
is just a couple things that we have in our community liaison office that we kind of hand out.
And will you be handing out these things during Halloween, or is it just?
So we go to different events.
Oh,
and these are
so
some of the things
cute.
we hand out at different events that we go to.
Oh my gosh, this is nice.
There's a little flasher there.
Oh, great.
And these are intended to have conversations with the public.
Yeah.
When we hand these things out, people will ask questions.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not done. Here
These-
you go. It's more than that.
Oh wow.
You might need that stress ball.
Yeah. I
at
really
work.
do.
As you're driving.
This is great.
Those are keys. Oh, don't forget our stickers. We'll put this
This is our most popular item.
Yes.
This is awesome. And
you a
speaking with
sticker.
both of you before the show and just learning more about what liaison officers do, like I feel very enlightened. It's you have to have that experience in order to be not qualified, but to be in this position. And I think you guys for everything.
Well, thank you for having us
Thank
here.
you.
There we go.
I'm Josie Smith. Thanks for watching City Chat on CTV.